Let me take you back to the day I closed on my first multifamily property. I thought I was ready. I read all the books, I went to all the seminars, and I ran the numbers every which way. But within 30 days into my journey, my first property, I realized how much I didn't know. I made mistakes that cost me thousands of dollars. Mistakes that I wish someone would have warned me about. But I also learned lessons that allowed me to develop and own a portfolio of multifamily property around the country, eventually leave my corporate job, and also build a financial future for my son and I was a single parent at the time, and lastly, to become a mentor to many across the country, teaching them how to invest just like I did. So in this video, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to give you 4 hard-won lessons, right? I wish someone had told me before I got started. So if you're just starting out on this journey, this video could save you money, stress, and years, and I mean years, of frustration. Are you ready? Let's get started. Here is the first thing, probably the most important one too, that I wish someone would have told me before I bought my first multifamily property. All right, here's number one. Number one is cash flow is king, but cash reserves are the throne. What I mean by that is rookies, and I was a rookie back then, okay, rookies focus on cash flow and don't plan for big surprises. Here's what happened. On my first large multifamily deal, it produced about $6,000 a month of cash flow, allowing me to leave my job as an engineer. During the first year of ownership, I had a call from the maintenance guy. There was a water leak inside the wall. Opened up the wall. We have cast iron pipes, and there was a leak in one of the pipes. Right. Make a long story short, I had to replace the whole plumbing stack for 3 floors for the entire building. Right. And you can imagine how much that cost. I didn't plan on that, so I had to scramble and find the money for that, or I would have to empty out my building because it's going to flood. Okay? So here's what I wish I knew right before. Here it is right here. Always inspect for the big ticket items, and this is important, listen up, hold at least 6 months of cash reserves in another account for things like that. Okay? Because believe me, a rainy day will come, right? And the reserves will save you. It'll allow you to sleep at night. Got it? Okay, let's go to the next one. Every successful commercial real estate investor has a mentor. Get mentored by me and my team by applying to be our next protege. Click the top corner. Here's the second thing I wish I knew before I bought my first multifamily property. It is property management will make you or break you. What I mean by that is a good property manager is worth every penny. And get this, it's expensive being cheap. Okay, let me explain that to you. Uh, so when I first got started, I thought I would save 8% management fee and keep that money for myself by self-managing this large apartment building, right? And I thought it was a good idea. Well, to make a long story short, what happened was when I first bought the building, I inherited a tenant who I didn't know this guy carried a gun. He eventually 6 people vacated my property within the next 30 to 60 days. 6 people were out, and I was below break even. Okay, I was negative cash flow because I lost 6 people. And so I realized that I wasn't good at being a manager because I didn't know how to handle this. I was too new. So I brought in a no BS property manager. She run a very tight ship. She turned it around in between 4 to 6 months. Yes, it does take that long when you spiral down in performance. So it took her 6 months, but she was worth every single penny. Okay, so here's what I wish I knew. All right, I wish I knew that for every deal, you should budget for a property manager. So when you run your numbers in your multifamily property, budget in a property manager and spend a little extra, right, to hire the best property manager. Got it? Again, it will allow you to sleep at night and continue on with the cash flow. This is their passion, and this is what the property managers do for a living. Got it? All right, let's go to the next one. Got questions? Simply text the word Peter to 833-942-4516 and we'll help you. Here is the third thing I wish I knew before I bought my first multifamily property. Number three is know the neighborhood better than your broker. Okay? What I mean by that is many rookies rely on brokers for the demographics, for the area information, or Google Maps. And they do that to their demise. It's not a good idea. So I wish someone would have told me that. Here's what happened to me. There was a property named Hawaiian Gardens. I'll never forget the property, Hawaiian Gardens, and it was a turnaround project. It's needed a little bit of repairs, needed new management, stuff that I think I could have handled at the time. All right. So what I did was I got it under contract, and then I drove to the area at nighttime, and what I found was something that shocked me. All right. There was loitering, I believe gang members, there was loud music, just craziness around the property only at night. During the day, it's so quiet. Nighttime, it's like a penitentiary in there. Horrible. I would not be successful there if I bought the property. Luckily, the financing didn't go through because the bank didn't think I could turn such a property around with my limited experience. Luckily, that didn't happen. Okay, so here's what I wish I knew. You can fix a property, but you can't fix a location. Okay, so Hawaiian Gardens, the property was fixable. It had potential, but because where it was located and the people there, I would have failed. Got it? All right, let's go to the next one. Here's the fourth thing I wish I knew before I bought my first multifamily property. You don't need to know everything, just enough to get started. Okay? Here's what I mean by that. Analysis paralysis will steal your financial future. Okay? Analysis paralysis is when you want to study something so much, you get so much information that is not enough. Before you take a leap into whatever you want to do, you want to ask more questions, get more information, but you never move, right? And I can attest to that because I was an engineer. Okay, so here's what happened to me. I looked at over a couple of hundred deals, and mind you, as an engineer back in the day, we didn't have all these software and platforms to put deals into. We did most of it by hand. So every deal took me 4 pages. I must have had 500 to 800 pages of notes on deals I looked at that are never even made offers on. Okay? Because even though I did all the books, ran all these deals, I still felt scared. Well, finally, I took the leap. And here's what caused me to get over the hump. As you know, I was an engineer, and my boss, who was my mentor, I looked up to him. He was world famous. He was laid off with the intention of them hiring me in his place. I saw right through that and figure if they can do that to him and he's world famous, they will surely do that to me, right? And I did not want that to happen, especially being a single father. So I had to take a leap, all right? So what I did was I jumped in and bought my first property. And yes, I made mistakes, but it was life transforming. Okay, it allowed me over time to leave my job. And guess what? No book will teach you what ownership will teach you. Okay, so here's what I learned: is that education is critical. It is, right? Commercial Property Advisors is an educational company, right? So education is critical, but ownership will transform your financial future. This is the bread and butter of our company. We educate our students and then we show them how to become owners so their lives are transformed forever through the power of commercial real estate. Okay? So you don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough to get started, right? Okay, thank you very much. And let's go to the last one. Click subscribe and add alerts so you can get more easy to understand commercial and multifamily wisdom. All right, here's the fifth and last. I wish I knew before I bought my first multifamily property, and that is, it's okay to start small. Okay, in other words, buying a 4 to 12 unit, a small multifamily, it could be a smart thing to do. It could be the wisest move you can make rather than taking on a 40, 50, or 200 unit. Okay, starting small may be just for you to get yourself into the game. All right, here's what happened to me. My first multifamily property was a small multifamily, and the reason why it was good, right? And I didn't realize until after the fact was I made mistakes. And when I made mistakes, I was able to write a check to fix those mistakes. If I would have bought a 100-unit property as my first deal, I probably at that level, being a single parent and still working, I probably couldn't write the check. All right, so starting small was the best thing that I could do at the moment. Okay, now here's what I wish I had known, right? I love this quote. It says, "The man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones." Okay, what's this mountain we're referring to? The mountain could be seeking financial freedom, right? Leaving your job, uh, having enough other income, passive income, so if your job lays you off, you're okay. You can take your time finding a new one. Leaving a financial legacy for your family. That's the mountain I'm referring to here. So the man who removes the mountain, this is your goal to remove this mountain. It begins by carrying away small stones or working on small deals first and then slowly building your portfolio like myself. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. So what I want to do is I want to quickly just go over with you the five wish I knews. All right. Number one was cash flow is king. All right. But cash reserves are the throne. Number two, property management will make you or break you. Number three, know the neighborhood better than the broker. And number four, you don't need to know everything to get started. You just need to know enough, just enough to get started. And number five, it's okay to start small. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see you at the next video.
What I love the most about working with you is the one-on-one time that we were able to spend with you. You've really proved to be more than a mentor. You act as a partner with us. There's are multiple weekly calls that we have access to with you. The one-on-one calls where we get to have you auto ourselves, and the patience that you have in responding to every single question, every email that we send you, and we have access to you literally within just a few minutes. We can get a response. So all of that has just been a five-star experience, really.